in the impeachment because you didn't like the way that Democrats were handling it. But you were clearly a material witness, and that was the available constitutional process in that moment. So isn't it, a shirking of duty to not step up in that moment, given how strongly you felt about what was going on?
No, I think you've mischaracterized it. Look, just because the House Democrats decided they were going to proceed in a certain way doesn't mean I have to follow them. Nancy Pelosi is not my drummer. And I think the course of action that the House Democrats took guaranteed that the impeachment process would run into a ditch, which it did, failing to get almost any significant Republican support. We know from the Watergate experience, the only way you can really impeach and convict the president is with bipartisan support. And I think that testimony at that point, whatever I would have said would have been swept aside in the gale of partisan conflict. And there's one other point, too. The White House argued that even if President Trump did everything in Ukraine that the Democrats in their worst nightmare accused him of, it did not rise to the level of an impeachable offense. And I think that argument was very persuasive to a lot of Republicans in the Senate, which is why, given the opportunity to vote to call me and others as witnesses, they decided not to. Not because they were shirking their duty. They saw the whole Ukraine thing as not rising to the level of an impeachable offense. I disagree with that, but it shows that my testimony in the Senate would not have made any difference given that legal approach.
But why not take that opportunity to, to testify and to say, look, you guys are doing this all wrong. I also want to talk about several other countries that I feel there was malpractice in on this presidency. Why not take advantage of that? Because it looks, as you know, and as many interviews you've discussed it just looks like you were saving it to make money off the book.
Look, if I were trying to make money off this entire enterprise, I wouldn't have joined the government to begin with. I think the Democrats are very upset at the way things turned out, and they should be, because their approach guaranteed not that Trump would be constrained in his behavior after the impeachment process, he would be enabled. The best thing that I could do as a citizen was present what I knew to the American people. And, they are the ultimate judges in our constitutional society. People can read the book. They can make up their mind what they think of Donald Trump. It's up to them at this point.
Well, it's worth mentioning that you wouldn't have had the substance for this book if you had not joined the government. But